All right, we're back from Middleton. 2-1 our score, 4:20 or so to go here in period number 2. This second period has been a lot of low energy after the early goal by Edgewood. Setting the scene here with 4 minutes to go here in period number 2. Edgewood in control of the puck back, and a takeaway in the defensive zone. A shot by Atkinson, deflected up, stays in play. That was a big turnover forced by Notre Dame and Andrew Osterman down on the other end. But another opportunity squandered by the Tritons. Crusaders trying to push forward at neutral ice, enter the zone. A big hit and a big penalty as Owen Atkinson just laid out Owen Barnett. And that, a cross check or an interference. That one was a big time hit, and not one you want to take in this situation if you're Notre Dame. 2-minute penalty against Owen Atkinson, your only goal scorer in a game where the next goal will be plays such a large factor in the outcome of this game. Now Notre Dame in a big-time need of a penalty kill. Shooting back along the blue line. Richter skates his way, and that one deflected up, stays in play. It was Nathan Ante who got the block that time. Porter slides this one across. Now skating around far side, wrapping back for Davis Hubley. Hubley back out to the point, chance here, saved by Wheatus, puck still loose and now frozen. And pushing and shoving after the whistle. Davis Hubley trying to find that loose puck if it did come, but it did not, and Tritons taking exception to it. 1:31 to go on the penalty, 3:04 to go in period number 2. Edgewood's been in control since their goal, 93 seconds to go in the first period. And now the Tritons on the penalty kill, trying to keep any sense of momentum going into period number 3. Out in front, just wide of the mark, as Matt Richter put in a pass from the point. Loose again as Richter skates after this one, wrapped around Hubley, back behind. Chance here for the Crusaders. Loose out in front, covered up by Anton Wheatus. 2:44 to go in period number 2, 1:11 on the penalty from Owen Atkinson. Face off in the offensive zone, won by the Crusaders. Kept inside, Matt Richter from the point. Deflected out in front, but no chance for a rebound shot. Tritons clear the zone. 1 minute to go on the penalty. Riker Thomas losing his stick, so another disadvantage for the Tritons as the Crusaders enter. At the point, Owen Cook out in front, high over the bar. Back out to the point for Edgewood. 40 seconds to go on the penalty. That one wide of the mark. Riding around, skating through the circle, bar down again, scored by Owen Porter. And the hometown squad is all in control of this one, 3-1 Edgewood. Well, the Tritons have given up 2 goals in the period, 2:06 to go. This has become unfamiliar territory for the Tritons now over their last couple of games. They've been dominant on this playoff run, but they find themselves trailing going into the last 20 minutes of this contest. 3-1 in favor of the Crusaders. Now a turnover in the offensive zone. Taken away, and now a chance here for the Edgewood Crusaders. That one poked out in front and kept alive in the offensive zone. Getzky throws this one in, kept outside. Now Kai Wilcox trying to chase after this one, kept inside, deflected out in front as it goes back behind Wheatus. Barnett tries to wrap this one back around for Rosenberg. Barnett back to Rosenberg, skates his way around, but the door is shut by Wheatus. Tritons now finally with the puck, trying to push this one forward, and this one just again past the stick of Owen Atkinson, and the Tritons have not been able to find any sort of rhythm on those breakout passes. 1:21 to go in the period. It is 3-1. Edgewood, and we mentioned early how the Tritons can score in bunches. They got their one on the power play, but it has been very tough running since. Icing waved off as looks like the Tritons did get a touch. Thomas trying to regather that one, but doesn't get a shot away. Now here comes again Matt Richter the other way for the Crusaders. Up past Wheatus, taken away at neutral ice, Osterman. Osterman tries to push this one forward. He takes a big hit in front of the Edgewood bench. Turnover again at neutral ice. Pushing in are the Tritons. Nathan Ante to the slot. That one saved, still loose, now covered up, and chaos ensues after the whistle. Tempers flaring, 44.8 to go in the period. If you think the Tritons are trying to get back in this one, they are going to need a big-time play in these next 45 seconds. Face-off coming on the glove side of Hayden Rule. Jake O'Brien to take it for Notre Dame. And face-off controlled by the Tritons, but they lose the zone. 40 seconds to go in the period as Braden Hart skating back after this one. Dumps it in, but no one home for the Tritons. Bennett Cagle tries to clear the zone and does now officially as it rolls back to the defensive zone for Notre Dame. Hart pushing forward for Carson Schroeder, taken away and poked back again. The forecheck has been so dominant by Edgewood today. And another strong possession there. 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Shot from the point, saved by Wheatus, still loose and now covered up with 3.9 to go in the period. Boy, that would have been the dagger here in the second period off the stick of Dylan Lenz. But Wheatus able to make the save, and now it feels like the Tritons might feel lucky to go into the period only down 2. They'll just try to drop the puck with 4 seconds to go. Face-off won by the Crusaders, deflected up in the air, and we'll get a stoppage at .4 to go as it might have hit the ceiling. And it's just the formality to end the period. And that will do it. The Edgewood Crusaders up 3-1 going into period number 3. Can they be the ones to stop the three-peat? We'll step aside here from Middleton, be right back. For the third period. And the Tritons bounce back, or will Gold be heading back to Edgewood High School? We'll step aside and be back on the Triton Sports Network. back from Middleton for period number 3. A state champion will be decided in at least 17 minutes. Right now, it is the Edgewood Crusaders, the team just from down the road from here in Middleton, that are in full control of this one. They have scored 3 unanswered goals since the Tritons had a power play goal early in the first period. It was the Crusaders who scored late in the first, and it has been all Edgewood since. There really has not been any sort of offense for these Tritons in even strength play. They've got 17 minutes to figure things out offensively. Otherwise, their quest for the three-peat will fall here to the Crusaders. Joey Bonadonna with you for the conclusion of the state hockey tournament here in 2025 as face-off won by the Tritons back to their own zone. Now at neutral ice, big hit as Osterman sent down to the ice by Bennett Cagle. In neutral ice, that one passed cross ice to Osterman, who enters. Shot thrown on, deflection there and sent aside as it was Riker Thomas bearing down on it for the Tritons. Crusaders pushes this one out of the zone, and Tritons back to claim, but now at neutral ice, pushing forward now is Luke Getzky. But nothing doing there as the Tritons force them to retreat. Breakout pass to Wheatus, and icing called against Edgewood. I thought there might have been a touch, but now it comes back the other way for Notre Dame to take a face-off in the offensive zone. Ian Aiken to take the face-off for Notre Dame and wins it. Pass back to Braden Hart. That one saved in front by Hayden Rule. Puck at neutral ice for Edgewood as they're pushing forward into neutral ice, fighting forward up against the boards. Losing that one back into the far corner is Dominic Mader after it for the Tritons. Puck at neutral. As chasing after this one is Ian Aiken, but he loses the handle of the puck. Tritons forced to retreat. Tritons enter, and that one almost taken away, but a clearance of the zone matters just the same. Tritons go for a change. This one turned over at neutral ice. Chucky Bird tries to play this one for the Tritons, as now he'll go back to claim it defensively. Now in the offensive zone for Edgewood, left behind Wheatus. The Tritons in control of the puck. As Schrader taken down. Back behind Wheatus, puck still loose. As trying to clear this one down as Notre Dame out of the zone. Force the Crusaders to re-enter. Puck wrapping around again behind Wheatus. This time Braden Hart pushing out. It's tucked again behind Wheatus as no one's really had any clean offense so far in this period. But I think that's the style of play that Edgewood's okay with. Just 14 minutes and change away from a state title. Out in front, almost through the crease. But doesn't quite find home. Retreats all the way back, and icing waved off late. Osterman cross ice pass stayed in for Notre Dame. From the point, taken away, kept inside by Notre Dame. Still on this offensive trip, blocked out in front by Edgewood. And a glove save on the shot from Riker Thomas. It was his day yesterday, but nothing so far offensively for him. And the save there by Hayden Rule. It's been an outstanding day for the senior goaltender. Has not been tested all too often, but when he has, he's stood tall. Face-off won by Edgewood as they retreat back into their own zone. Dump this one all the way down. Icing called. And it'll come down for a face-off for Notre Dame in the offensive zone. Ian Aiken to take the face-off for Notre Dame. Won by the Crusaders. Coming away with it is Shane Fish. Fish trying to push this one forward to Owen Barnett. Now pressing forward, Owen Porter. Porter skating off the red line, off the feed, and they score again, and that might just be the dagger for the Division I state title. Owen Cook slots it home. It's 4-1 Edgewood. Things going from bad to worse for Notre Dame. But it's the Crusaders right now, tasting goal. Up by 3, 13:36 to go. Face off at neutral. Is controlled by Notre Dame. Can they find any ounce of effort left in them to try and close out this 3-goal deficit that they find themselves in? Thomas getting behind the red line, back out to the slot. He's harassed and cleared by Edgewood. It was Robleski who was out in front for Notre Dame, but he did not get a shot away. Owen Cook, his second goal of the game, and he's had a lot of huge moments in this state tournament. This one rolls all the way down for an icing. 12:50 to go in the period. 4-1 to go, or 4-1 our score, under 13 minutes to go in regulation. Face-off in the offensive zone here for Notre Dame. Face-off won, though, by Edgewood. And they've controlled a lot in the face-off circle. Edgewood gets a touch on the clearance down the ice, but not quite past the red line. Another icing. But they feel confident about controlling the face-off, controlling the puck. 12:38 to go in the third period. It has been all Edgewood. It was the Tritons that got the scoring started, but same story, different result from yesterday as Wausau West opened the scoring. And Notre Dame went on a run. Now it's Notre Dame who finds themselves giving up 4 unanswered goals in this one. Bennett Cagle trying to push this one forward, and a turnover as Tritons get back on side. Ante throws on the shot and saved by Hayden Rule. 12:05 to go in the period. Face-off won and controlled by Edgewood. If you're Notre Dame trying to get back in this one, you have to be able to control the face-off circle. They are not doing that. Now down the other way. Dylan Lenz for the Crusaders. Shot thrown on a rebound. Still live here for the Crusaders as they keep the zone. Shot thrown on for the point, and Wheatus flashes the glove and makes the save. A couple of nice saves there from Wheatus. But 4-1. Still our score, 11:47 to go in the third period. Brief media timeout.
In addition, the WIAA Hockey Tournament's online store is available to purchase apparel. Click on the store link located on the tournament central page to check out the various apparel options available with the 2025 Hockey Tournament logos. That Website is WIAAWI.org to order your WIAA licensed hockey tournament apparel online.
Coming out of the media timeout. Face-off in the offensive zone for the Crusaders. Quick draw off the face-off. Shot doesn't make its way through. Cagle at the point, wrapping around for Dominic Mader. Still a chance here for Edgewood. Rebounds there. Cagle from the point, blocked out in front by Notre Dame. Tritons trying to find something going forward as they enter the zone. Offsides, late offsides. As Notre Dame even tried to get a shot away, but the whistle came at the same time. Edgewood not happy with the late shot put on. A conversation out between the linesmen about that offsides, I believe. That was a golden chance there for Notre Dame that squandered again. Just the timing on their run. Ante dumps this one in. Rolls back behind. Will Getzky picking it up for the Crusaders. Owen Cook pushing forward. Shot from the point by Ante, wide of the mark. Kept in the zone by Osterman. Dumped in the corner. Kept alive by Owen Cook. Cook clears the zone, and the Tritons have to reset. Osterman slots this one through, but no one home, and here come the Crusaders the other way. A big hit in open ice as Drew Heil lays it on Will Getzky. Tritons trying to clear the zone, but it ends up in the official skates. Still working to clear, and now they will. Ante skating around, far side, gets the entry. Ante looks to the slot, no one there for it. Now here comes Mader from the point, passes loose, shot wide of the mark. As Rule didn't know where the puck was. This puck rolls all the way down for an icing, 10:21 to go, and that felt like the chance for Notre Dame to stay in it. But unable to put anything on the board. Still no even strength goals for the Tritons. The shots have been even throughout this game for the most part. It's been Edgewood in control in the 20-17 through 2 periods so far, but it has been not great chances for Notre Dame. That was one of their best. 10-11 to go in the third period, 4-1 Edgewood. Notre Dame gets the shift out there. Their best offensive line, they're the top 5. Ante and Heil know to distribute. Face-off won by Thomas as Osterman wins it off the draw. Back out to the point with Heil. Heil through the trees, unable to see it through. Now Dylan Lenz the other way for the Crusaders, trying to enter the zone, and he does. Puck lost, but maintaining the zone is Davis Hobleve. That one sent aside by Anton Wiedis. Tritons clear the zone, but gets to neutral ice and ends up in the seats as Edgewood trying to re-enter. 9:45 to go in period number 3. Face off at neutral ice. Close to the attacking zone for Notre Dame. Face off won by the Tritons. Desperately in need of something offensively. Edgewood back behind, clearing down, but Bennett Cagle throws it down for an icing. So a face-off coming here for the Tritons. Again in the offensive zone. Starting to win in the face-off circle, but still, again, not quality shots being put away by the Tritons. Every stoppage, they've been trying to get that top line back out there. Face-off won by the Tritons. Off the draw, it's Drew Heil, high off the mark. And another clearance down for icing. No, but Edgewood's going to win the race, but icing called first. So another face-off in the offensive zone, 9:22 to go in the third period. Still some time left for Notre Dame to come alive, but they have not shown much of it in this contest. Face-off won by Notre Dame, but not fully controlled. Now, Edgewood able to break out of the zone again and clear, forcing Notre Dame to reset once more. Another turnover at neutral ice going back. Dominic Mader able to clear that one and pushes forward for the Tritons. Bearing his way in, poked loose as Ian Aiken was trying to find his way in on goal. Mader takes a big hit at neutral ice, trying to just kick that one loose and dumped in. Icing waved off. It didn't even make it all the way through either. Aiken trying to maneuver his way through traffic. Now a turnover. Matt Richter the other way, takes a hit as he enters. Richter to the slot. Hableeb with the shot and the save now by Anton Wiedis. 8:30 to go, 4-1 Edgewood. .8:30 to go. Face-off coming up in the offensive zone for the Crusaders. Notre Dame trying to find a source of life. Osterman tries to enter, but he looks for Trip Robleski and no one there for it. Pass to Robleski, hard off his stick, and now numbers for the Crusaders the other way. Richter off and high over Anton Wiedis, kept alive. And now puck back in the defensive zone for Notre Dame. Robleski right to the stick of Owen Barnett. And the Crusaders content to just let time waste away. Now Ante with the turnover at neutral ice, pushing forward. That one just wide of the mark. Thomas throws this one back in. Schroeder trying to chase after it, but it rolls all the way back for Dominic Mader to claim for the Tritons. Turnover in the offensive zone now for the Crusaders. As Barnett sent down to the ice, he's taken a couple of big hits in this contest, but I think he'll be happy with what the score reads on the board right now. 4-1 Edgewood, 7:15 to go in period number 3. Bucket neutral ice for Notre Dame. Entry for the Tritons as Jack O'Brien trying to skate his way in, but just out physical right now by these Crusaders. There's some big hits, and now one comes on Riker Thomas and a penalty after some big hits by Edgewood. It is Riker Thomas who gets the penalty, and that likely negates any chance for the Tritons coming back in this one, as he's been the big goal scorer throughout these WIAA playoffs.
You can also like the WIAA on Facebook and find them on Instagram. Connect with the WIAA today.
As they're going to try to take a look at this, I think, and elbowing against Riker Thomas. Are they going to see if maybe if this is a
Minor penalty assessed to the Tritons, number 19, Riker Thomas. 2 minutes for elbowing at 10:04 in the third period.
Well, the officials having a conversation with someone at the scorer's table. They're pointing somewhere down towards the exit. They're gonna. I think it's the goal lamp that got loosened down on that end, so they're trying to figure that out. Maybe a camera. Well, that's the reason for our stoppage right now. It's 6:56 to go in the third period. A 2-minute penalty on the board for Riker Thomas. And now this has become a spectacle, just trying to get something up over the boards, and now it falls back down. Trying to get it through the boards, but that's the reason for our big stoppage right now. Well, Edgewood trying to claim their first state title. They've played in 12 state tournament games, but have yet to claim gold. And they are 6:56 away from accomplishing that feat. One of the most storied programs in the state of Wisconsin. It's hard to believe that they do not have a state title, but this is the goal right now, coming in as the number 4 seed in the tournament, and they have controlled this one almost wire to wire. 6:45 to go in period number 3 as the Tritons trying to clear the zone. From the point, back to Richter. From the point, loose puck still. Weedus covers it up, and again pushing and shoving after the freeze. 6:34 to go in period number 3. Still 1:38 to go on the power play. And you have to think with just one more chance on this power play for Edgewood, if they're able to put one home, that would put all doubt away. Cagle from the point, wide of the mark, and sent aside by Anton Weedus. Poked loose, and now Heil throws this one down, and quickly. Edgewood still with a chance here with 1:15 to go on the power play. Porter enters for the Crusaders, but they lose the zone as Cagle and Osterman 2-on-2 trying to chase back after this one. Cagle pushes this one forward. Now a shorthanded chance as Ante loses the puck, and now here come the Crusaders the other way. Dumped in, icing wave, or offsides waved off rather, and a shot thrown on by Cook, saved by Anton Weedus. Cook looking for a hat trick of his own. He's had 2 in this one, and obviously we've mentioned he's had the big ones in this tournament so far. Trying to find number 3 and make this state title that much more special for him today. And offsides called as Bennett Cagle trying to dump that one back in. .534 to go in period number 3, 38 seconds to go. Face-off won by Edgewood right at neutral ice. Throw it in. Now an entry here for the Crusaders. Dylan Lenz skates his way in. Now throws it into the corner. Drew Heil tries to clear the zone, but doesn't. Cagle along the boards. Bearing down. That one ends up behind the cage. Now back into that corner. Shane Fish tries to find into the corner. 6 seconds on the power play and a fight for it up against the boards. Tritons will get the kill, but those are 2 minutes gone by where they didn't really have any real chances down on the other end. Thomas right out of the box goes down, and offside's called first. Well, not all is lost for Notre Dame tonight. The boys basketball team regional champions for just the 2nd time in program history and 2nd time in 4 years under head coach Brian Babinski. And it sounds like they'll be taking on Pulaski in sectional semifinal on Thursday night. So playoffs still rage on here for Notre Dame as Matt Richter for Edgewood throws this one in. Shot from the point, deflected up into the netting by Anton Wiedis with 4:22 to go in the period. Edgewood, too, their athletic season here in the winter season doesn't end quite yet tonight. The girls basketball team sectional champions heading up to Green Bay for state basketball next weekend at the Resch Center. Will Getsky trying to wrap this one around. No, again, Edgewood comfortable to just fight up against the boards and kill some time left in this one. Notre Dame just really has not had any real offensive looks. The forecheck suffocating all day long for Edgewood. Puck lost at neutral by Edgewood and now lost the other way. And a turnover that rolls all the way back down for an icing against Notre Dame. There have been brief fleeting moments for the Tritons, but they have not really found any sustained looks offensively. 3:46 to go, another brief stoppage. Our last media timeout here in regulation, at least. I think folks here around here are starting to get the sense that we're not going to need it. 4-1 Edgewood as the face-off controlled by Notre Dame, but staying in the offensive zone for Edgewood. Turnover by Edgewood in their own offensive zone. Pushing forward is Notre Dame, and a late penalty is the result. Notre Dame's pulled their goaltender. Trying to get some 6-on-5 action before the power play. Ante to the slot, fanning on it, and a shot from Thomas. Fanned on it again, and now we get our stoppage and the penalty against Edgewood. It'll be Davis Hableeb heading to the box. Well, Notre Dame's lone goal has come on the power play. Here might be their chance to get back into this one if they're able to score quickly. I think timeout will be called first by Notre Dame. Will they go 6-on-4? Could be an interesting proposition at this point, but holding the penalty against Edgewood, so 2 minutes in the box, and at least the man advantage for Notre Dame. But the local fans, they can feel it. 3:10 to go. The Tritons have had that feeling for the last 2 years, taking down Verona 8-2 in 2023. 2024, back-to-back state championships in the first year of Mike Skudzinski. They're back in year 2. But it looks like their quest at the three-peat will fall just short, and Pete Rothering will bring back a state championship to Edgewood for the first time in program history. So 6-on-4 it is. The net is empty for Notre Dame. Face-off won by Edgewood, but controlled up against the boards by Notre Dame. Thomas back out to the point with Nathan Ante. Ante to the point, now to the slot. Pushing forward, but keeping the zone is Riker Thomas. Thomas slides this one over to Nathan Ante, over to Drew Heil. Heil from the point, deflects up in the air, kept alive. Thomas loses his handle on the puck. Edgewood throws this one down. It might roll in. No, roll wide. Drew Heil able to throw this one back ahead. Atkinson loses the zone and offsides. 1:27 to go on the penalty, 2:37 left in regulation. Face-off coming in the offensive zone, rather right at neutral ice for Notre Dame. Closer to the offensive zone. They keep the net empty. Face-off won by Edgewood. Notre Dame keeping it on neutral zone. Atkinson dumps it in. It goes off the official and cleared down by Richter. 1:10 to go in the power play as Hayden Rule will just cover this one up. 1:05 to go. 2:15 to go in regulation. It's been a phenomenal day for Hayden Rule in net. You have to think he wants to end this one with just one on that Notre Dame side of the scoreboard. 4-1 our score, face-off won by Notre Dame. Mater from the point, deflected and covered up, and tempers flaring. Notre Dame getting that number 1 power play unit back out on the ice. But in a game yesterday where they were out physical but were able to manage 8 goals, physicality got the best of them today. The puck rolls all the way down back behind the empty net. Nathan Ante there to pick up for Notre Dame. Pushes ahead to Riker Thomas. Thomas into neutral ice for Drew Heil. Heil enters cleanly. Heil trying to wrap around to the slot. Shot thrown on and scored. Andrew Osterman with the power play goal makes this one 4-2. But it is a too little too late. 1:46 to go in regulation. Well, we've seen them score 3 goals in 2:15. Can they score 3 goals in 1:46? Anton Wiedis back in net for the Tritons. Face-off won by Edgewood as they push forward into the offensive zone. Can Notre Dame even possess the puck in the offensive zone long enough to get that net empty again, as now the puck is lost and not quite touched. And icing called on Notre Dame with 1:30 to go exactly. And Edgewood's been very dominant in this postseason. 8-0 victory over Sauk Prairie, 7-1 over Middleton, 6-0 sectional final victory over Verona. they've been one of the hottest teams in Wisconsin hockey. It was a slow start to the season. They're falling to Notre Dame in December. They lost 4-1 to Detroit Catholic Central, lost to St. Mary Springs in overtime, and 4-2 to the Brookfield Stars, but they've been very strong since, and there again is the dagger. Night, night, says Bennett Cagle, and 5-2. Edgewood. "17 consecutive victories for Edgewood, rolling in to state championship #1 in boys hockey." Face-off won by Notre Dame, thrown in by Drew Heil back behind the board, and Tritons trying to maintain. It doesn't seem like they'll be pulling Wheatus. Tritons do keep, but shot thrown on wide by Nathan Ante. 1:05 to go in regulation. Edgewood up 5-2 en route to their first state championship in program history. Net now empty for Notre Dame. Puck still loose out in front. Tritons trying to put it home. Puck still loose, and now finally the whistle comes. 48.3 seconds to go. Just trying to clear up a conversation between the officials as Notre Dame gets their next unit out there. And make no mistake, this is a very young Notre Dame team. They've had their leaders. Drew Heil, Nathan Ante, the two prominent seniors on this bunch. Anton Wheatus in goal. Of course, you can't go without mentioning James Flanagan and his contributions to the two previous state teams here at Notre Dame. A penalty shot coming up here for Notre Dame. It'll be Drew Heil taking it. So another chance to put one home for Notre Dame. Drew Heil to take the approach. Don't see this too often in high school hockey. Heil loses command of the puck and didn't even get a shot away. Just mentioned now, he's one of the senior leaders of this group. Nathan Ante and Drew Heil highlight this senior group, but there's a lot of youth on this Notre Dame squad. Some growing still to do for this team. And those two specifically, they've been a part of state championship teams. But not quite the day for the 2024-25 Notre Dame boys hockey squad. 35 seconds to go in period #3. That one dumped in by Edgewood. 25 seconds to go. Time ticking away. That one kept in the zone. Shot from the point, deflected out in front. 15 seconds to go. Tritons maintain. Nathan Ante deflected and sent away. And the Tritons might not get another chance. Start the celebration, Edgewood. They are the 2025 Division I boys hockey state champions. and they get to celebrate in their hometown tonight. That'll do it for the high school hockey season in the state of Wisconsin. Edgewood coming away with the Division I title. And, you know, whenever the term three-peat gets thrown around, it's pretty hard to do. And we saw that with the Chiefs. Whenever it starts getting mentioned, things start to get interesting. And Notre Dame not able to accomplish that tonight. It will be the Edgewood Crusaders coming out with their first state title in program history. That'll do it for our coverage this evening from Legacy 20 Arena in Middleton. The Edgewood Crusaders 5-2 victors tonight over Notre Dame. Appreciate Chris Learman with NEW Sports Radio and Voice of BP for the opportunity to broadcast the games this weekend. It's been a joy to have this opportunity to call the games here in Madison over the last few years. Who knows? We might be back here still next year. Obviously, the Tritons no stranger to the state tournament. It's Edgewood's night tonight. Again, that'll do it for our coverage this evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. And as always, go Tritons.